But yeah, man, welcome to the pad. I'm so glad that you're here, and me and Sasquatch are just having fun talking guitars and hanging out.
For sure, man.
Drinking a couple brewskis.
Beers and guitars, man. You got a cool setup and rig and jam room and the whole work spot. That is awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna be rebuilding one of Uncle Sasquatch's guitars, and it's gonna be pretty good. It'll be on an episode of Trash to Thrash.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a while because I know we were back and forth, and I was window shopping with different Rhoads I was looking at, and I was trying to find a good guitar for the value on the market, and then I was thinking I wanted a full-size V. I've had a couple over the years that I bought and sold. I used to have a BC Rich Flying V, and I sold that back in the day. And I used to have a Dave Mustaine back when he was with LTD, or ESP, sorry, but I had the LTD version of his DV8. I had that, and then I sold it, and I was thinking, well, I want a full-size V. I was like, okay, maybe for once I won't buy a Rhoads. So I got this Dean Razorback V, and I wanted that back in the day when they came out, and I just never bought them, and they discontinued, of course, but I saw it for about $450, and not too far from where Angel lives, because the guy wouldn't ship it. So I was like, Angel, I think this guy's not too far from you. He was like, you want to pick that up for me? And he picked it up, and so I got it from him, and we did the swap. So got it for a good price, and figured, okay, well, anything above it, I don't mind paying to get it decked out and upgraded and all that. So that's where you come into play.
Yeah, man, I haven't actually seen it yet. I didn't even know.
Right, yeah, we haven't unveiled it.
It was a Dean.
Yep.
I remember you were looking at a couple local or people on Reverb or something selling like RR3s and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And
some of there were some that were really beat up, that would need it would have needed too much. So I was thinking, especially what they were asking for. I don't know. I don't know what it is about people on used guitars. They think like they're holding like weight in gold there. So it's just like, it's not worth that much, dude.
What'd you think of that Dave Mustaine V? I've never seen one of those in person.
They're super light. The necks are thin. They played well. My big problem was it had no Floyd Rose, which bugged me because I am almost a Floyd Rose elitist, and I think I just wasn't playing it enough. It was an impulse buy. I liked it, but it was just, I was like, you know what, I just don't like it enough to keep it, and I'd rather sell it and buy another Rhoads. So I did. I remember I bought my, I sold it and used the money to buy my white RR3 with the black bevels. So, no, it was a cool guitar. At that time, Dave Mustaine had his, what were they called, the live wire Seymour Duncan signatures that he used to have, and I didn't like those pickups at all. Because like even when I played in the bridge, it sounded like I was on the neck pickup. But the guitar was fine. In a small way, I regret selling it, but not for the cause, for getting a Rhoads later on. There's times where I kind of wish I still had it, or maybe I'll buy another one down the road. Because, I mean, it's a cool V, cool shape. And because those were modeled after the old LTD, what were those, like the V 150s and 250s and 350s.
Is that what Prosser plays? Matt Prosser?
Yes.
He played a red like V400 or something
yes,
like that.
Yeah, those got discontinued, and then Dave brought them back under his name, and then Dave left, of course, so ESP, and then they started reissuing them, not as Dave Mustaine's, but now back as the old name.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, the guitar was fine, but I just decided, I was like, well, if I'm not playing it, then I'm going to sell it and buy a Rhoads that I will play. So
I actually have a Dean Dave Mustaine signature in there right now.
The Dean, okay. And from what I heard, the Deans are almost identical as his LTDs, the same neck profile and everything. Of course, some different stuff shaped with the body, but I mean, it's still a full-size V. But I've heard they're just as equally as good. So.
Why didn't you get a King V?
Because most King Vs are 24 frets, so at least the ones that I see. And the problem I have with the 24 frets is that the pickups just get a little bit too close, like we were talking about earlier. Well, I guess because of the mounting rings. But it feels like if my pickup is even slightly, or my pick is knocking into the pickup just a tad, even if it's just grazing, it feels like it's just that there's an interference there.
Yeah, dude, I know exactly what you mean, because there's Jacksons. We're looking at the Dinky, the blue one that I have in there, that bluish purple one. but then there's the PS4 models that have a middle pickup.
Yeah.
And my pick,
And if your pickup is just...
it hits it.
Yeah.
Dude, it's annoying.
Yeah, so as guitar players, we're bitchy.
Huh.
So we can feel centimeters and all these tiny measurements of difference. And well, I mean, that's the science of a guitar, is how perfect or imperfected they are because of the smallest, tiniest measurements of where something can be on or off. So, I mean, yeah, pickup spacing is everything, and your scale width or length, sorry. But yeah, it's just that's a problem with the King Vs that I have. I love King Vs. I love the way they look, but it's just the pickups being too close. That's my big problem.
I know what you mean too about guitar players being bitchy, because I've said that before about my pick is hitting the middle pickup, and people are like, "You should be more consistent. You should be picking more shallow. You should be." I'm like, "Come on,
yeah."
dude.
So you have to like reinvent everything like your own will just to accommodate a certain. That's. I don't know, because it works both ways. It's like some people saying you should be doing this, and the other guy saying no, it should. But it's just. That's the nature of a guitar player. We're bitchy princesses. We're really. I mean, we are stuck up musicians.
Yeah.
So it's just, to each his own. We got to find what's comfortable for us. And anybody on the outside, it's like mind your business.
But that's also why you have 10 Rhoads or 11 Rhoads or whatever it is. 8,
I have
10,
eight Rhoads.
and like.
That's the guitar for me.
And if you looked at my one wall, it's the 2 Edwards, the 2 LTD, whatever MHs. Like all my guitars that I play are all pretty similar too, because you find something you like and you stick with it.
Yeah, it's just that certain pair of shoes. Like it's always comfortable. The Rhoads, just everything about the ergonomics of it, the way it sits, and some people have a problem with certain Rhoads because of the neck dive. I use those things called guitar gummies. They're these they have a adhesive on it where you put on your strap, and it's got this grip on it where it sits on your shoulder, so it keeps the neck from diving. So I corrected that, but I mean, because I don't have to deal with a shallow cutaway, the Rhoads are just easy for high shredding fret stuff, and they're more sleek and designed for me. I'm a big guy, so the Rhoads look really tiny on me. And I get a lot of comments on that saying that guitar looks really small on you. I was like,
they look small on me, and I'm way smaller than you.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So I mean, but those guitars were made for someone who was 5 foot tall.
Yeah, Randy Rhoads is tiny, right?
Yeah, he was a tiny man. So it was, you consider that, but I mean, it's just like, well, I mean, I still think the guitar looks cool, and and the thing is, like, all guitars look small on me unless it's like an ML or an Explorer, because those are giant guitars. But the Rhoads, I think that's why I like them, because they feel a little bit more effortless because they're smaller and just slick and tapered off, and so.
This is an excerpt of a much, much longer conversation I had with Sasquatch last week, and I'll be releasing more clips of it over the next few weeks. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments. What do you guys think of Sasquatch? And have you ever played an LTD Mustaine V? What's your guys' opinion on 22 versus 24 fret guitars and the pickup spacing that's associated with both of them? Have you ever noticed how close the pickups are on a 24 fret guitar? And does a middle pickup bother you when you pick? Do you hit the middle pickup or the neck pickup when it's a 24 fret guitar? What about flying Vs? Do you guys have a favorite flying V model? I appreciate you guys watching. I'm looking forward to hearing your comments down there in the comment section. Be sure to be subscribed to this channel for more clips like this, and also go subscribe to Uncle Sasquatch's channel too. The link is right here on your screen right now. Have a good one, everybody. Rock on, my friends.